Hey, Juan here. So let's go ahead and talk about the web design business model. So with the website design business model, this is a model that you can run from anywhere in the world. You really only need five things to get started with your web design business, and I'm going to walk you through that here in the next slide. But I just want you to think about the fact that with today's day and age, with technology, right, where really all you need is a computer, a cell phone, and a website, right? And you can be working anywhere in the world and providing clients your web design services. So it's just a beautiful thing. It's a great thing for you to be able to take advantage of. And this is a super lean model here. It's going to cost you under $100 to get started. So let's go ahead and jump right into this lesson here. So the business model here, when you're starting your website design business, there are five things that you're going to need, okay? And this should cost you between $30 to $50 to get started. Now, this could be less, but I'm just kind of giving you a rough estimate. And really all you need is a website, okay? And I recommend WordPress, and then hosting through like Namecheap, and I believe it's about $20 a year for hosting. And then you want an email address, and I highly recommend that when you get an email address, you get it with at your domain, okay? So maybe you have like XYZ web design, right, .com. You want to make sure that you have your name at XYZ web design company, because it really portrays you and conveys that professionalism to your prospective clients, right? Because you don't want to be running your business through like a Gmail, because then people are not really going to take you serious. So what you're trying to do here is really position yourself as somebody who is a professional, right? You're serious about your business. You have your own email, you have your website, you have a custom logo, you have booking software, and you have a phone, right? And so these are going to be the five things you're going to need. The hosting, like I mentioned, you can purchase through Namecheap, email. I recommend you go through like G Suite. With the logo, you can build a logo in like 5 minutes going to Canva for free. And then booking software, this is another feature again that is really positioning you as that professional, that you take your business seriously. And I highly recommend Calendly. It's free, and literally all it is you send somebody a link, and they click on the link, and then they can schedule a time to chat with you, right? And then you can have them answer some questions about their particular project, right? And it's just really professional. And then it gets connected to your calendar on your G Suite, so that you'll get notified whenever somebody schedules the call with you. And then it's just like a whole professional type of setup, right? And then with the phone, you can use your cell phone, or you can use Skype, whatever works best. And so your job as a web design agency business owner is to help businesses develop amazingly beautiful websites that showcase their brand image, right? You want to be able to let these business owners know, hey, listen, your website is a direct reflection of your particular brand image. Just like if you had, your retail location, right? You want your retail location to look a certain way, to feel a certain way. And that is the same thing with your website. You want it to convey a certain brand image to the public, right? And the great thing about you as a web design agency business owner is you don't need any special web design or development skills, as you can outsource all of the website build and development, okay? That's one of the great things there, is that you don't need to be a web design expert. You need to be able to understand that the website is brand identity, brand image. You need to be able to understand how to ask the right questions, how to position yourself as the authority and expert. And I'm going to walk you through all of that here in this course, okay? And so typically what you're going to be doing is charging typically a one-time fee for the design and development, okay? And it's going to be anywhere between $500 to several thousands of dollars for a website. You have to kind of look at the particular business. Like, so for example, let's say you have like a local business that is like a landscaper, or maybe like a plumber. Like, they're going to have a budget of between 500 to like maybe $1,500 or maybe $1,000, right? Because they are not going to spend thousands or even tens of thousands on a custom made website because it doesn't make sense, right? But somebody who's maybe like an e-commerce business, or maybe somebody that is been in business for years and they're looking to redesign their website, right? They may want a whole new website built from scratch, and right, those can be quite profitable. However, as I mentioned in one of the other previous videos, the custom made websites are going to be more profitable. However, they're going to take more time, more energy, more resources. And so that's why I recommend sticking with the templates, because with the templates, especially through WordPress, you can still do quite a bit of customization, and you won't need to, do a whole brand new website from scratch, right? So this is essentially here the website design business model, right? It's super simple, super lean, under $50, and you can get started right away. So that's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here. So in this particular video, we're going to cover what exactly is the difference between web design and web development. I know that these two terms get thrown around a lot, like they're very, very similar or they're the same, but they're completely different. So we're going to go ahead and walk through the main differences here between a website designer and then a website developer. So let's go ahead and jump right into this here. So the website design is something that is referring to the aesthetic portion of the website and the usability. So when you talk about website design, exactly how it looks, the different elements that are on the website, the different user experience that a website has so that it's easy to navigate through, right? The structure, all these different things as far as the aesthetic, right? Somebody's typically going into like Adobe Photoshop or any of these different creative tools to build the site so that it is aesthetically pleasing, right? So the web developer takes that information, right? That actual website design, that layout, and then goes and creates the website through code, okay? So that's why they call themselves web developers. They use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PHP, and other programming languages to bring the website to life, right? Because in order for you to have a fully functioning website, it needs to take certain actions. When you press a certain button, when you click on a certain, page or link, it needs to go to different pages. And in order for it to function properly, the developer needs to do its thing behind the scenes, right? That's that code that is being written for the website to actually look how it looks, right? Because when you think about it, there's all this code that goes behind a website, right? All these different lines of code that are just talking about different things, sizing, color schemes, all this stuff, right? But when you go and you look at a website, you don't notice any of that. You just notice the images, you notice the buttons, the color schemes, the design, the layout, all this stuff, right? But you can have somebody who is a great web designer, right? But if they don't know how to actually develop the site and write code, all this stuff, right? Then you got one piece of the puzzle instead of having the full piece of the puzzle. That's why both of these guys will typically work together, or there may be one individual that understands these both and can do these both extremely well. Now, you as a website design agency business owner do not have to know any of these, right? You don't need to be a web design expert. You don't need to create anything from scratch. You don't even need to be a developer, right? Because you can get clients to pay you thousands of dollars for websites and then outsource this to somebody for hundreds of dollars, and then you're going to be able to make that difference, because the biggest thing here is your ability to position the website, right? Design services and development services to your prospective clients. And I'm going to walk you through in section 3 how to get website design clients, right? I'm going to walk you through some different methods, but I just wanted to give you a quick overview here of the differences between website design and then website development, right? So that's the main key difference here. Remember, the website design is somebody who's building the aesthetic version, the actual look and feel of a website, the web developer is actually doing the stuff behind the scenes, right? The code that is actually making the website function properly. So that's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Next. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to talk about the two main types of web design projects. So there's typically going to be two different types of web design projects that you come across. And both of these types of projects are quite different, okay? Because one of them is just nice and simple, kind of straight to the point. Hey, like, we're ready to go. This is the kind of website that I want. And then the other one is where there's a lot of customization. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, a lot of different, things that are going to be built from scratch. And we're going to walk through which one's going to be the best one for you if you're just starting out, or if you maybe have some experience, but still the best one here I'm going to walk you through, and it's really what I recommend that you go after, because it's going to be the less amount of work for you, and it's going to be the quickest way for you to start making some money. So the two main types of web design projects are using templates and custom built websites. Now, using templates is going to be your best bet, because anytime that you have a custom built website, this can be several thousands of dollars up into the tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, there's websites out there that will cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. And oftentimes when you look at a custom built website versus a templated website that somebody created already, that you're using as, just a theme or a template, and you're just doing some minor customizations, oftentimes you won't even be able to tell the difference between a website that was custom built, for thousands of dollars, or a website that was just templated for, $40 or $50 or $100 that you spent to buy the actual template. So with the templates here, this is going to be the most common way that you build the website, and I highly recommend that you focus on using templates, because with custom built websites, yeah, they can be a bit more expensive and you can charge more for them, but they're typically going to be longer projects, and the sales cycle is often going to be a little bit longer as well, because you can sell a templated website for $500, $1,000, $1,500 a pop very easily and quickly, and all you got to do is literally install the theme and do some minor customizations and you're done, right? Versus a custom built website, you got to take down all the information from your client. Oftentimes you got to wait for them to provide you information, and oftentimes you won't get paid everything up front. You'll get paid in stages, right? So highly recommend that you focus on templated websites, and I'm going to share with you some different resources where you can find very beautiful, amazingly beautiful actually, templated websites that you can use to sell your clients, right? And it'll cost you $40, $50 per template, and then you can sell those websites to your clients for $500, $1,000, $1,500, even $2,500, right? So I just wanted to kind of give you an overview here of the two different types of web design projects. Now, I'm not saying to completely discount custom built websites, because there is quite a bit of money to be made with those. I'm just saying that they are going to take quite a bit longer, and it's going to be a while before you get paid your full amount, because you have different stages, because you have like the initial build outs, you have the mock-up, you have all these different stages, right? So highly recommend you focus on using templates, and this particular course is going to primarily focus on using templates, and like I mentioned, I'm going to provide you with a ton of resources so you can find amazingly beautiful website templates that you can use to sell your clients. So that's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this particular video, I'm going to walk you through some additional upsell services that you can provide to your clients. Now, the website can be just the beginning of your relationship, right? Because if somebody's needing a brand new website, maybe they're a brand new business, or maybe they have a really old website, like a lot of local businesses will have, website that they've had for 10 years, 5 years, and it's just completely outdated. and you sell them a website for $500, $1,000, right? That is just your ticket in the door. There's so many other services that you can sell them. And then if you don't even want to do the services yourself, which I'm going to provide you a outsourcing company that can do all of the services for you as far as digital marketing. However, if you don't want to do any of that yourself and you want to just refer your clients to another partner agency, right? And then you can get a referral commission. So just simply by sending an email to one of your partner agencies saying, hey, I have this client that is in need of XYZ marketing services. I just built them a website. Hey, here's their contact information. Or maybe you do like a warm introductory email handoff. And then you say, hey, if they sign on for whatever services, give me 25%, right? So let me go ahead and walk you through the different types of services that you can also provide and upsell to your clients. So the additional services that you can provide are the hosting. So let's say that you set up a client's website and you're using like Namecheap, whatever kind of hosting, or really any kind of hosting out there that makes the most sense. And especially for like local businesses, when they're not really getting a ton of traffic, Namecheap, will do just fine. But what you can do is you can charge them like a hosting and management fee on a monthly basis for $25, $40, $50 a month, right? And then the hosting may be like $5 a month. So you're making quite a bit of profit there. And then if you want to do maybe like 1 or 2 hours a month of like maintenance, say, hey, Mr. Client, what we can do is I can have you pay $50 a month, and then what you'll get in return is the hosting and then like an hour or two of maintenance. Maybe they want to change something, update something, whatever that may be, right? And then once you build like a simple website, right, you're going to want to also share with them the ability for them to get organic traffic with SEO. That's another service that you can upsell. Typically when you're building a site, you're just doing simple kind of on-page optimization, making sure the page titles are appropriate, right? Some of the headlines, right, on page, all that stuff that is typically dealing with on page. But if they have their SEO on page optimization complete, that doesn't mean they're going to get any traffic, right? So then what you could do is upsell the SEO where you're actually ranking their website on the first page of Google, right? And that's highly, highly valuable to your clients because they are not only going to have a really nice, amazingly beautiful website that you've built, but they're also going to get organic traffic from Google because their website is positioned at the top of the first page for their most profitable keywords. And then you have content marketing. This is related to SEO, but this is more of a content marketing strategy where you're putting together really in-depth blog posts of, let's say like how-tos or, information-based type of knowledge that brings people in to learn more about a product or service. And then you have paid ads as well. This is through Google or Facebook ads. You can do this yourself, as I mentioned, or you can partner with somebody and get a referral commission. And then just really all types of digital marketing. There's reputation management. There's Google My Business. There's all these different things that you can do for your clients, right? After you've already sold them a particular website, because that's typically just the starting point. And more often than not, if they need a website redesign and they've had their website for 5 to 10 years, they're probably not doing anything as far as advertising, and they could be utilizing your advertising services to get more customers, right? So as I mentioned, you can either do the work yourself, and I'm going to provide you with a outsourcing resource later in this video, or you can refer your client to one of your agency partners that handles the actual paid ads, SEO, all that stuff, right? And you can tell them, hey, I will send you over this client, and if they sign up with you, give me a commission. So that's going to be it here for this video. Highly recommend that you look at, in the very beginning, when you're working with a potential prospect, look at all the possibilities of additional services that you can provide, right? Because remember, the website design is just kind of that foot in the door oftentimes. Because once a transaction is made, right, money has been exchanged, that client is now loyal to you. They're now trustworthy of you, right? Because the most expensive cost for a business is to acquire a client, a customer. And so what you're doing with this website design is you're really just getting your foot in the door. So that's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, I'm going to go over a resource here for you where you can actually go and sign up and then be able to outsource your digital marketing services to when you're going to be upselling your services. So let's say that you have a client, you've already done their website, and then now they're wanting to get some additional services such as SEO, Facebook ads, Google ads, right? Things like that that are going to help their business get more known, get more leads and customers. So you have a couple options, right? You have the option of just sending them a referral partner email, or referring them to somebody that you can partner with, and then you can get a commission, right, for a referral fee. Or you can come in here, sign up with DashClicks, and these guys can take care of the actual marketing services for you, and then it's completely white labeled. So you're essentially working with the client. DashClicks is doing all of the execution, implementation, and then you're able to, make a little bit more profit than if you're just kind of passing this lead and this client on to another partner, right? Because the most expensive cost you're going to have is being able to get a client. And so once you get that client and they have a great experience with you, with the website that you built them, then they're going to want to continue working with you because they have that trust and that rapport and that credibility, right? So let me go ahead and show you here this platform. So this is the DashClicks platform here. They are a completely white labeled agency service here. And so let me just show you the different things that you can provide. So let's go to PPC here, and then let's go to, let's say, Google Ads. So this is like where if you're doing like Google AdWords and you wanted to have DashClicks perform the services, let's go to the services here, and I want to show you how this looks. So let's go to fulfillment. Okay, great. And here you can see the pricing. So they can do a variety of different things here. Let's go to the Facebook and Instagram. So their cost is essentially $4.99 a month. Okay. So let's say that you want to help your client, they're a local customer. Let's say they are like a local landscaping business, okay? So you've built their website and now they want to get more customers through Facebook. So basically the charge for you to be able to run the ads, to pay the DashClicks, is going to be $4.99, okay, $500. And then there's a $350 setup fee. So altogether, it's $750, okay, to get started. And so what this essentially does is it builds out the campaign. It puts together, as far as the ads, it puts together the offer. Now, this is going to be a reoccurring thing where each month you're going to be charged $500 a month to continue the campaign, and there's no long-term contract. So for whatever reason, if you're working with your client, and let's say that, they don't want to continue, or just whatever that may be. If you're working with clients and you have built them a website, any form of paid advertising, I recommend that you do a minimum agreement of 3 months, because oftentimes it takes a month or so to get the campaign really kicked off and running and start, generating leads, because there's a lot of testing involved, right? A lot of audience creation. So highly recommend that you sign your clients up for at least 3 months minimum, okay? And then if you're doing SEO, I recommend that you sign them up for at least 6 months. So let's go here and look at this here. So we can see that it's $500 a month. There's no long-term agreement. This is the SRP here. This is like the actual like retail pricing here. But we don't have to worry about that because we're utilizing their white label services here. And so this is our cost, okay? Now this is for Facebook and Instagram here, and they're both for Instagram, and Instagram can be included, but it's dependent upon the offer and the type of promotion that you're doing. Oftentimes I will just do kind of Facebook ads by itself. If it makes sense with Instagram, we can include that as well. And so the pricing here is really dependent upon the ad spend. For the most part, this one here should be the one that you choose, because if you're doing anything more than 3,000, then you're running quite a bit of ads there, and then that's where you can just easily graduate to the next one here. So it's really down to the ad spend. So this is 3K to 5K, 5 to 10, and then 10 to 20. Now, typically what happens is they'll put together the ads, and then they'll run an offer, and then they'll more than likely use like a lead ad where they're going to put together the ad. Somebody's going to click on the ad, and then they're going to be able to put in their information right there and then through the Facebook lead form, and then that information will get sent to your clients. Now, if you want to get a funnel, right, which is a whole different ball game here, which I recommend. If you want to get a funnel where when they click on the ad, they get taken to a landing page where they can put in their information, it pre-qualifies the lead, and then they're able to then get taken to another page after the information has been submitted, and it lets them know, hey, thank you for submitting your information. You can either call us right now, or you can wait for us to give you a call within 10 to 15 minutes, right? So what this includes is a full funnel here. And then it also includes 2 automated email sequences, okay? And this is going to be a separate charge. It's $500 one-time fee. These guys work great though. They will definitely put together a really nice looking funnel that converts. So highly recommend that if you're doing something that is going to work better, like let's say real estate oftentimes works better with like a funnel. Really think about whether or not it makes sense for the funnel to be included. And then these guys will help you out quite a bit. They have a really good chat support here. So they'll definitely help you out with that. And then we have here the website design. So this is where, let's say that you wanted to come in here and get a price for a particular website. So one of the great things about DashClicks here is that they can actually pretty much do everything for you for the most part as far as digital marketing. So let's say you have a client and you want to sell them a website. Well, they can actually give you a price for a website and then actually build the website for you, right? So, I mean, it's just a fantastic platform here. The owner is Chad Kadari, I believe his name is, and he himself runs a 7-figure agency. So these guys really know what they're doing. They're killing it. And so here we have search engine optimization. So this is for ranking. So when you set up a website, you're typically just doing a simple on-page SEO where you're just making sure the page titles are properly optimized, the meta description is set up properly, right? You're doing kind of the basic on-page stuff. Now, that alone is not going to rank a website. If you create a website and you do the on-page and you're in a local kind of business area, like local landscaping in like the Seattle area where I'm in, you're not going to show up because the on-page is one piece of the puzzle, right? The other piece of the puzzle is the off-page, the backlinks, right? The interlinking within the site, all of these kind of specialized SEO techniques and strategies that need to be done in order for your client's website to be showing up at the top of the first page for their most profitable keywords. So this is essentially the different packages here. You have 10 keywords, 20, 30 keywords, and then 40 keywords. Now, what they'll do is they'll also include an article here each month. Okay, here's one article, 2, 3, 4. And as I mentioned, you want to get these folks on here for at least 6 months because this takes time. This takes really at least 3 months to start seeing some results. And your client needs to understand that. You need to let them know that, hey, SEO is a very profitable but patient form of marketing where you are ranking your website at the top of Google because you're building that trust, credibility, and authority with Google. And then once you get up to the top, you're going to be able to hold your position there because Google has seen that you are a trusted, right, authoritative, credible source. So they're going to push you up and they're going to keep you there because you're actually providing value to the actual users that are searching for those keywords, local landscaping, Seattle landscaping services, right? So highly recommend SEO here. These guys will take care of everything. They'll do all the off-page, all the actual interlinking, they'll add the articles again, right? And so all you need to do is sell it and then collect the difference. So if you want to charge this here for $349, I would typically 2 to 3 times the pricing on the actual white label pricing here. So for this, I'd probably charge $1,500 a month. For this, just 3 times or 2 to 3 times whatever price that you're actually paying, and then that's what you're going to be able to make as a difference. So here we have the Google and Bing ads. Now this is pretty similar to the Facebook ads, but with Google ads, right, you are able to show up on Google at the very top of the listings, right, the paid ads. And these are actually going to be different than Facebook because with Facebook, you have the kind of billboard advertising. People are not on Facebook looking for landscaping. They're not looking for, a dentist. So when you can go on Google and actually put together some ads, right, and have these folks do the ads for you, you're going to start getting leads very quickly because people are actively searching for landscaping. They're searching for dental implants. They're searching for a local dentist. So Google ads are highly recommended, and some businesses will work better with Google or Facebook. And these guys here, if you chat with them in the chat here, they'll help you kind of flesh that out. So let's say you have a question whether or not, hey, should I work with this client and upsell or provide them Facebook or Google? They'll give you recommendations, right? So these guys are really, really good at what they do. And so like I mentioned, highly recommend that. And then here we have the social media posting. This is just kind of like keeping their social presence active, right? And so what this includes is 3 posts per week on 3 social platforms. And then this is 5 posts on 4, and then 7 posts on 4. So this is just kind of like making sure that their social media platforms are up to date, they're staying active. Oftentimes, this is not really going to drive really any leads. And this is more of that branding type of deal where you can help your clients' social media platforms stay up to date and active. So the next one here is a listing. This is essentially just like SEO here. These are for like if you're wanting to rank in the local maps. So let's say you have like a client that is a landscaping company in the Seattle area. This is going to be good for that to make sure that they have their listings in there. Again, if you have any questions on this, here's the chat and these guys will help you out pretty quickly there. Content marketing. So this is where we're creating long pieces of content. I highly recommend 1,000 words or even 500 words here. These are not really going to do too much because Google likes to see long content, and I highly recommend these 2 here. This is for like trying to get content pieces ranked for how-tos. So let's say with the landscaping client, you want to create articles to drive organic traffic that are talking about how to, landscape your home or whatever that may be, right? And then content creation here. This is just, simple content creation with different articles. And then call tracking. This is also one of the great things here where local businesses don't really keep track, or not as great as they would like to keep track of their call tracking. So calls are coming in, calls are going out, and they're not really able to track all of that. And what you can do even as an added bonus, right? Let's say that you sign them up with an actual website, they're happy. If you want to also offer call tracking, I mean, that's another service, because you can say, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to provide a phone number for you on your website, and then you can track all of the leads that are coming through from this phone number, right, from your website. So highly recommend that as well. Again, highly recommend DashClicks here. They can essentially take care of all of the marketing for you, all of the advertising. They have a really nice automated onboarding system as well. And as soon as you sign up for one of these services, you're going to be automatically added to a Slack group, and you're going to have about 3 to 4 people in that group. You're going to have like a marketing manager, you're going to have a fulfillment manager, and then people that are actually kind of helping within the campaign. So you're going to have like 3 to 4 people on your team within a day or so of you signing up, right? Signing up your clients, and they're going to be there helping you out, answering all the questions, keeping you up to date. So once again, highly recommend DashClicks here. And so that's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to talk about the most common website builders. So there are a ton of website builders out there in the marketplace. I mean, we can talk about Wix, talk about Shopify, WordPress, Joomla, all these different types of website builders. But I'm going to walk you through the ones that I recommend, and then the number one that I recommend, because all of these have like their pros and their cons, right? But what you want is something that is super simple, easy to navigate, easy to use, and there isn't too much of a learning curve for yourself to go in and, you know, do some custom modifications if need be, right? But in this particular model, as far as the website design agency business model, you're not really going to need to do any of the work yourself. I'm going to show you how you can outsource all of the work, but still, I'm going to give you an overview here of the most common website builders and which one I recommend to be the best and the one that you use primarily. All right, so there are a ton of website builders out there, like I mentioned. The number one choice that I highly recommend that you use is WordPress. This is going to be just the most easiest for you to work with, and it's the most easily customizable. So let me just give you some stats here, right? WordPress is the largest CMS in the world, content management solution. Approximately 30% of the internet websites use WordPress. In my opinion, the ones that I've used previously, it's the easiest, and the functionalities and the capabilities are the best in my opinion, because I've used all the other ones that are the most common, right? The Shopify, Squarespace, I've used Wix, right? And WordPress still is above and beyond all of them. We have Shopify, which is typically for e-commerce websites specifically. Squarespace is typically going to be in the e-commerce space as well. They do have websites and templates that you can use for a lot of different businesses. And then Wix, this is going to be a whole lot easier than WordPress, but you have a limited functionality. With Wix, it's literally a drag and drop builder, right? But like I mentioned, there's a lot of limitations, and you don't really have the ability to customize the sites kind of like WordPress. Because with WordPress, you can have a developer go in there and really change up the site to exactly how you want it to look, right? Customize it specifically by just using a custom made template. And then let's say the client says, hey, I want this website to look and have this over here, that over there, right? Those minor customizations are going to be very easy for you to do through WordPress. But obviously not building something from scratch. So another thing that WordPress allows you to do is allows you to have the plugins, which allow you to unlock certain features and functionalities, such as on-site SEO with the Yoast plugin, image size optimization as well. And then some plugins can even turn your WordPress website into a fully functioning e-commerce store, social network, or even a forum. So I highly recommend that when you're selling your websites to your clients, that you highly recommend to them WordPress, right? Because I mean, it's just going to be the most easiest for you to use yourself. And then also for a clients, if they want to go in there and do some of the edits themselves. And with WordPress, it's an easy learning curve. you can easily, after the project is complete, create a quick video walking your client through WordPress. And I'm also going to include a video of WordPress and essentially how it's going to look once you install it, kind of bare bones, because I want to give you a quick overview, right, of the WordPress platform, so that if you do need to go in there, do some minor customizations yourself and you don't want to hire a actual web developer, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and do that yourself. So that's going to be it here for this video. Highly recommend, like I mentioned, WordPress for all your website projects, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to go over where to find done-for-you website templates and themes that you can use to sell to your clients. So, as I mentioned, this particular course is really focused in on working with templates, different themes that are already pre-designed, set up already for you to come in there and just add a few modifications to, but the whole framework and skeleton of it is already designed, because again, with building custom websites, you can make more money, but it takes a lot more time, energy, and resources, and you're only typically going to get paid 50% up front. I would rather get paid everything up front and then deliver a website within a week or so. And that's typically how quickly you can deliver a website if you're just doing a templated theme here, because you can essentially purchase the theme, set it up, pay somebody on maybe Fiverr or whatever, and I'm going to walk through another one of those here in a second, but set it up through Fiverr, pay somebody $100, and then sell that for $1,000, $1,500, even $2,000, right, for a website that all you had to do is use a template and just do some minor modifications. So let me show you here. And so here we're looking for different types of themes. So as I've been mentioning through this entire course, I recommend WordPress themes. They're the easiest to work with. So let's go in here and type in, let's say for like a painter. Painter is actually for like a local business. And we can automatically come in here. We can break this down into just WordPress. We can break this down into bestsellers. So I'm going to break it down just to WordPress here. Okay. And so now we can see all the different WordPress themes, and then we can see the reviews here. We can see how many sales. We can see when it was last updated. So let's go ahead and pull this up here, and we can check these out. Painting company there, painting company here. And just right out of the gate, right, as I mentioned, you have these themes that are done for you. And so really all you're needing to do is just change a few things on the site and put in your client's information, and you're good to go. So let's look at this one here as well. Okay, so let's just go with that. So this is a theme here for several different types of businesses. Let's go to live preview here. Okay, so this is for barber, carpenter, electrician. Okay. Painter. Let's check this one out here. And this is also one of the cool things here with ThemeForest is that you can see live demo websites. So we deliver quality painting. Click here. So this is not bad. I mean, it's a pretty good site. I think it's not so great as far as showcasing the quality of service and showcasing the company. I think this is more for like a higher end type of painting company. But ultimately what you're wanting to do is really position and give the perception to customers that land on your client's website that they are, right, larger than life. They are the top quality, painting company. But I guess for me, this one here, I'm not too much of a fan of, but I just wanted to show you an example here. Let's go and look at these other ones here. Let's go to live preview. Check this one out here. Okay. So automatically I like this one a little bit better, just because you have the logo up here, you have a nice white bar of the actual menu up here, then you have a phone number, where automatically when somebody lands on this site, all they got to do is click on the actual button and it pops up, which is fantastic. So I like this one better. Restoration, residential, commercial. Yeah, I think this is a fantastic site here, right? And oftentimes, well, really, I guess every time that you purchase one of these sites, all of these images that are stock here with the website are going to come with it. So it's just fantastic, right? Done for you. You can have a little video there if you'd like. I really like this site. I definitely would recommend this one. Let's take a look at another one here. That one there. This is, I don't really like that particular color. Let's go to this one here. This one actually looks really good as well because it's a lead form one where when people land on the site, they can easily just submit their information. And those are the best types of websites that are for local businesses. The ones that have like a lead form here where they can automatically have somebody come in here and submit their information. As a matter of fact, I think this type of site would probably work the best. And you could just have a simple background here, maybe even just like this color here without this individual there, because you want this to pop out, right? You want this to pop out because you want people to, when they land on here, right, a customer for your clients, you want them to submit their information, right, take an action. And that's with the whole user experience. So this is fantastic here. This is a good looking site. Highly recommend this one as well. And so this is another resource here that I want to share with you. This is Template Monster. These are like a little bit more higher end, and they're probably going to cost anywhere between $50 to like $200 for the theme. Let's go back over here. You can see these themes are cheap, $39, $49, and you'll get everything that's included with this, which is like the download files, everything. So it's fantastic. So let's go back and let's say we wanted to look for Painter. Okay, and then let's make sure that we have WordPress themes. All right, so these, as of right now, do not look like there's really any one of these that are really good here. Let's, click on this here. This is more of a home maintenance WordPress theme. Yeah, this one here isn't too bad. Let's look at the live demo. So this is $98, so $100 for this. And then, yeah, I mean, this is not a bad site here. Okay. Again, the number one thing that you want to really try to focus on is having a opt-in form here, a call to action. This is great here, learn more. This is really professional. I like that. But even though local business websites don't have to look the greatest, they don't have to be the most nicest, but the biggest thing is making sure people, when they come onto this website, they are able to really see your brand identity, right? And then also they have a call to action. They know exactly what they are going to be doing because you have a form in here that tells them make an appointment, submit your information, call now, whatever that may be, right? So let's say you're able to purchase some of these sites here. Let's say you purchase this one here for whatever reason. You have a painting client and they want to get this website. So how are you going to set all this up? So you can set this all up by yourself, download the files, install the theme, do the updates. But I don't necessarily recommend that unless you're like a WordPress expert, because there are some things that you need to do and keep in mind, and some things you need to kind of move and shake around in the WordPress platform in order to install this just like a demo and then be able to install your client's information. So what I would do is I would purchase one of these, okay? And then I would go to Fiverr here and I would type in like web design or web designer or, you know, web services, whatever that may be, web development, right? Let's even click on that here. And then you can break this down with the different types of individuals. So let's say you wanted to just work with rated seller or top rated sellers, okay? So you can work with people that are, you know, just going to be the top here. I will develop a WordPress website. Let's go here. Let's look at this guy here. So 4.9 and he has 32 reviews. Let's go to web design, website design. Let's click on that, see what that brings up here. So this guy here, he will set up a website. Okay, great. He does the development, design. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so this is where if you want to build something from scratch, I don't necessarily recommend this because you're just buying templates. And when you're able to send an email or show your clients, hey, listen, this is how your site's going to look, right? This is the theme here. You can send them this link to this live preview. Hey, Mr. Customer, Mr. Client, here's how your website's going to look. And then we can modify this and customize this based on your requirements, right? And so you come in here, you go to Fiverr, and you look for one of these individuals here. And then what they'll do is they'll set up this website here just like a demo, and then they'll do any kind of modifications, edits, whatever that may be. And it'll probably cost you $100, $150 the most. And if you're selling the websites for $1,000, $1,500, right? I mean, you're making a significant profit there. So highly recommend you do that. And let's say for whatever reason you also want to come in here and purchase some of these sites that are already done for you. Some of these guys may have like, let's type in here, local business website. Some of these guys may have done for you local business themes, okay? And they can set up for you, but it doesn't look like a lot of these guys do. So I would stick with just coming over here and working with the Theme Forest or going with like Template Monster, and you're going to be able to find a nice theme for your client. So that's going to be it here for this video. I just wanted to walk you through the two resources here that you can use to find pretty much any type of template for really any type of business. And then once you are able to have your client decide, okay, I want this website template, go to Fiverr, hire somebody to set it up like a demo, install it for you, do the custom modifications that your client wants. It'll cost you maybe $150, $200 at the most for the template and the actual implementation execution. You're charging your client $1,000. You just pocketed $800. So that's going to be it here, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, I'm going to go over a secret tool that allows you to build websites within 10 seconds. So in another video, I went over the DashClicks platform, showed you how you can go on here and actually utilize their white label services and outsource all of your digital marketing upsells that you're going to be doing there. Now, another tool that they have is called the Insta Sites. Now, these are extremely powerful for local businesses. So these sites here are for local businesses, and they can be created within a matter of seconds. So let me show you here how this works. I mean, these are extremely powerful. So they have different packages here. They have the Lite, which is free. You have 3 InstaSite builds per month. Here you can have 100 per month, 250, 500. And with these other ones here, once you're paying, you get SMS notifications. So let's say you have a prospect and you have some painters in your area that you're trying to target. You can actually send them a SMS text message notification and also email, right? And let them know, hey, I just recently built you a website. Here is the link. And then you can send them a link to this templated website that has all of their information on it. I mean, it's just extremely, extremely powerful. And I'm going to show you how this is all going to be set up here. Now, you can see that you have a bulk site builder here. So let's say you want to build, 5, 10, 20 sites at a time. And then here you can get even more features here with the personalized notifications, custom email notification editor. So obviously, as you move up in the ladder here, you're going to have additional benefits, but you can easily use this Lite here free and then be able to sell a bunch of sites this way. So here you can actually look at the credits. So you got to pay for the credits for getting, text notifications and sending these out to your prospective clients. So let me show you how this works. So let's go over here, single InstaSite builder. Click on that. Okay, fantastic. So this is essentially all the different themes that are available here. Okay, so let's say that we wanted to build a site here for let's go to the painting here, okay? So let's say we wanted to build a site for a painter here. And let's go up here and put in the business information. So let's say you found a local business painter in your area. They have a really old site. It's not very user friendly. There's not even really mobile optimized. It just looks like it's very old, right? So let's just put in here John's Painting Company. And then we can put their phone number in there. So let's put 206. This is just a made up number here. 789 4564 or 4569. This is just a number here. 123 Main Street. Let's go Suite 308. Let's go Seattle. Let's go Washington. And then let's go John. And then John's email here. Let's go John at johnspainting.com. Let's move this over here. Suite right there. 98201. United States. Or let's go USA. And then last name. Let's go Smith. Okay, great. So now we're ready to go. So we've put in the information here for the prospective clients, right? And then we've chosen the painting. And so let's go to build InstaSite. So you'll see this will get created in a matter of seconds. So let's go ahead and even want to refresh this. Okay, typically it takes 10 to 15 seconds and you'll be able to see just how powerful this is here. So let's go to active. Okay, let's go to queued. Okay. Okay, there we go. So John's Painting Company. So this is ready to be set up. This is ready to be shown to your prospective client. So it automatically shows you how this is going to look in the actual desktop. And then it shows you on the tablet and then on the cell phone mobile there, right? And as you can see, this is already filled in with your client's information. It's just extremely powerful, right? And so you can send them this link and say, hey, John Smith, I just built you a custom-made website. Here's a link for you to take a look at it. Let me know what what your thoughts, right, are on this particular website. And so, I mean, it's just extremely powerful. As you can see, this tool here, it's done for you, ready to go. It puts in their information here, their, actual phone number, hours of operation, different credibility things down here. And so you can easily sell this site for $1,000, right? Hey, John Smith, it's going to be $1,000 for your website. How long did it take you to build? It took you, 10, 15 seconds, right? And so I believe it's about 10 pages that this actually includes, where you have like the home, about us. Let's go to residential. You can see here, Seattle Residential Painting, John's Painting Company. So what this does also automatically is it does the on-page SEO. So you'll see Seattle Residential Painting. Obviously, people that are looking for Seattle painting are going to be typing in these keywords, and it shows you interior painting, exterior painting, docks, garage floors, and then it has all these different pages here, right, that are automatically created, done for you. I mean, this is such a powerful tool here. I mean, it's just like, I just, it's hard to put into words how powerful this is, to be quite honest with you. But I mean, that's how simple it is. You can build this site 10 to 15 seconds, send them a link and let them know, hey, listen, I just built this site for you. Let me know what you think, right? And then they're going to come back, hey, love the site, nice site. Hey, how much is it? Okay, great. Hey, you know what? Typically I charge people $1,500 or whatever, but since you are a new client, new customer, whatever that may be, hey, for you it's only going to be $1,000, right? And so it's just a powerful way to get somebody in the door, right? Because after you sell them this website that took you 10 to 15 seconds to build, after that, right, then you can sell them marketing services, right? And you can go to DashClicks and then come into the platform here, and they're a client now. And then so you go into the fulfillment and sell them SEO, sell them, Facebook ads, whatever that may be, right? So highly recommend you come check this out. Sign up for a free DashClicks account. When you sign up for DashClicks, it's free, right? There's no cost to sign up. You just got to pay for the services, right? So let's go back here. Let's go home. You can look at commercial. All of this is already created for you without you having to do anything. It's just mind-blowing. Let's go to about, right? And then there's the information. Go to contact, right? And so as you notice, when I put in the information at the very beginning to create this is all loaded up, right? It's their address, the phone number, the email, and here's a map. So once again, just highly recommend you utilize the DashClicks here for local businesses. You can sell these all day long. So that's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to position yourself as the expert web designer. So let's say that you are brand new, you don't have any previous work experience with web design, web development. You don't have any type of work to showcase to any of your prospective clients. Let's say you have somebody, right, that's interested and they want to see your work. Hey, can you send me some examples or some sites that you've worked on, right? I'm going to show you how to get instant credibility with these guys, right, with your prospective clients, and be able to position yourself as the expert web designer, right? So right out of the gate, you can do a couple things. Number one, you can go here to like the Envato Market, or you can go to Template Monster and take some of those themes, right, and show them the sample websites that are here. So let's say we go to, let's go over here to WordPress. Okay, let's go to corporate, and just, taking one of these themes. Let's say it's for like a landscaping company, okay? So landscaping. Okay, great. So let's go to this one here. And if they want to see kind of some of your work, or maybe some of your, experience or whatever, all you would really need to do is send them this particular link and say, hey, this is essentially kind of like how our work looks like. This is an example site that your site can look like. This is some of our previous work, right? Because at the end of the day, right, all they really want to see is that you know what you're doing, and that you know how to put together a nice looking site, right? It's just kind of checking off the box of, hey, does this person know what they're doing? Can they produce a good looking site, right? And so you can send them a link here of one of these, or what you can do is actually come over here to Fiverr and look at some of these different sites here that these guys have built. So like let's say this guy here, what you can do, because maybe you plan on using him or you're looking to get some ideas, you can take these here and take this one here and say, hey, this is actually an example site that we've been able to build. This is the kind of quality that you can expect. And yes, it's not your work. However, you're using the actual results here as leverage, because you may outsource to this individual here. So they may be an extension of your team, right? And so when you're able to really position yourself as somebody that is that credible expert, right? Maybe you don't even really know how to even design a website with WordPress or any other platform out there, but you know how to be the person in the middle and connect a buyer of a website with an actual individual that knows how to do web design, web development, and then you're just kind of that intermediary, right? You're the individual in the middle. So what you can do is take some of these websites here, right? Maybe even this one here, and showcase them as some of your own. Like, hey, me and my team, this is some examples here of the websites that we've been able to create, because you may use these guys, right? And it's just like coming over to DashClicks and one of the other videos that I mentioned, going over to DashClicks and going and looking at some of their previous work. They actually provide case studies that you can use to send to your prospective clients if they want to see some previous work. So at the end of the day, the clients, they want to see some of your previous work. They want to see that you know what you're doing, you know how to put together a nice looking site. And all you really need to do is come in here and utilize some of these individuals' projects, right? That, obviously you haven't created, but you may be working with these guys to actually fulfill and deliver your actual website anyways. And so they're more or less an extension of your team. So you're not necessarily lying or, fabricating everything, because, these guys may be the people that you're outsourcing the work to, right? And so that's an easy way for you to be able to position yourself as the expert web designer, right? Because when you're starting out, you don't have any work behind you, you don't have anything to showcase, but that's where these guys come in, and you can leverage their previous work because they may be working with you anyways to do the actual work. So that's how you can position yourself as a credible expert web designer if you're just brand new and haven't had any previous work. And so that's going to be here for this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video I'm going to walk you through some of the best places where you can find clients. So the first resource here that I want to share with you is YP.com, essentially Yellow Pages. And why this is one of the best places to come in here and look for potential clients for the web design projects is because a lot of these folks are a bit old school or haven't yet upgraded their websites in a long time. And when you come in here, and I'm going to show you some examples, you'll be able to see a lot of websites that are 10 years old, 20 years old. Well, maybe not 20, but 10, 15 years old, 5 years old. And they definitely need a makeover. And they are the perfect prospects to go after because, they have old websites, and you can come in there and show them, different templates that you can go and get through like ThemeForest, like I showed you in one of the other videos, through like InstaSites, and be able to provide these guys with a better website. So let's go in here. I'm in the Seattle, Washington area. Let's even look for a painter here. And let's type that in here, okay? And we can see some of the listings here. Let's go ahead and go down the list here. Let's go to this website here. And we can take a look at some of these guys to see how their website looks. Doesn't even look like this guy has a website here. So some of these won't even have a website. So let's go Emerson Painting. All right, so let's check these out here. So this is a Stony Hardware. What is this here? Okay, so this doesn't look to be, these guys do painting. Okay, no, they do not. So it looks like this is another business here. Let's go Progressive Painting. This site here isn't too bad. Honestly, I think it's quite old and it looks kind of crappy, to be honest with you. I would definitely contact these individuals to show them a more higher end website, or a website that's going to convert, because as you can see here, one of the most important things that I mentioned in one of the other videos is having a call to action with the right user experience, right? When you are setting up websites. In here, there's nothing telling the user that's landing on the website what to do, right? There's the request a quote way up here, right? The way that this would be even better is if all this stuff in here was right in the middle, okay, right in here, and the request quote was this button here instead, and it was right here in the middle, right? Or I would even make this maybe like a yellow color or something that would pop out, right? Because it's right now, it's just kind of confusing, right? It's not really knowing as far as what to do or, what action to take. I'm looking at services offered. Well, what if I want, to get my house painted? Like, I already know what I want. I just want to contact somebody. I have to go and I got to look down here and I'll go through all this stuff, right? So definitely look at this individual here as a potential. Here's Da Vinci Painting. Doesn't even look like these guys have a website. Let's see if we can pull these guys up here in Google. Da Vinci Painting. Do they have a website here? Okay. Yeah, so these guys are a perfect example of a potential client. I mean, look at this site here. It is 2015, right? So that's almost about 5 years there So this guy here, highly recommend that you contact, because he's going to be a potential prospect, right? These are the perfect kind of candidates that you want to target. These guys that have these sites that are 5, 10 years old, that need new websites to really position themselves as that credible, authoritative painting company. So let's go to this other one here, Albright Professional Painting. This website here is also not very nice. I think this was built, let's see here. Okay, no, it was not built. Oftentimes what will happen is, like, Yellow Pages will build these guys' websites, and they'll look like this. And this area right here, I mean, as you know, is just like, it's crap, right? It's not very nice. And if I were to come here, I would automatically think that the quality of their website is the quality of their work. See, that's the thing, right? With websites, you have to be able to give the perception that you are a larger than life business, right? And so if you're not able to do that through your website, and somebody comes here and looks at this kind of website, they're going to automatically get the perception that your service isn't that good, right? So let's go over here and take a look at another one here. Here's another example, Madero's Contracting. Again, this is just a really bad site. It's super old, and there's no flavor to it, right? It's just super simple, and it doesn't really position this particular company as a professional and high-end type of contractor. You look at contractor services here. Okay, great. Yeah, I mean, this is a potential candidate. So definitely recommend you go to yp.com here, Yellow Pages. Look through these, because these are going to be the perfect candidates. And some of these folks here, as you see right there, that there's an ad right there. These guys are doing advertising, so they have budgets, and you can sell like through the Insta sites, or even through like the websites where you can get the themes and then have somebody from like Fiverr do the actual installation and modification. You could charge these guys $500 at the least, right? And a good amount, I would recommend like $1,000 for a website, and it'll take you 2 to 3 days maybe to build, to have your guys on Fiverr to set that up like a demo, do the website content, and boom, you're ready to go, right? So the other resource that I want to share with you is just really simply Google, right? So just coming in here and typing in painting company in Seattle. Let's come in here and see what these guys have. Okay, great. Let's even go in here to, well, let's go to the 25 best painters here on Home Advisor. See what these guys have. Affordable Painters LLC. Again, some of these guys won't even have websites, so they're potential prospects. So let's go over here. So there's a website here. No, there's not. Okay. Let's even see if we can pull these guys up on Google. Affordable Custom Painting. So it doesn't even look like these guys have a website here, right? Affordable Painters LLC. Yep, I don't even think these guys have a website. Let's see here. Oh no, that's a different city. Where are these guys? Some of these folks you might not even be able to contact. Here is a different company. This guy right here, their website isn't even working. So that's kind of the process there that you can go through to find really painting companies that are looking to get their websites revamped, because they may not be actually seeking and looking for a website builder, but when you can come to them and say, hey, here's these types of websites for painters, hey, which one of these is going to or would look the best for your particular business? They're going to come back and they'll be like, hey, I like this theme over here. Okay, great. Hey, we can build you a fully fledged out website just like this. We can put in your company information, boom, it's going to be $1,000, whatever you're going to be charging them. What I like to do is go into like the second page and third page and beyond, because those are the folks that are not ranking on Google, and typically they will be great candidates. So let's see here some of these. So this is not a bad website because it's in the Seattle area. I still think it could use quite a bit of an upgrade. This black screen here, I don't like this. Just some user experience stuff here. Okay, let's go to the next one here. Painting is my passion. Yeah, this is a horrible site here, right? So this looks to me like if I were to come in here and I was a customer, right, that was looking for a Seattle-based painting company, I would look at this site and think that this is an amateur. This is just Joe Smith out of his garage painting houses. But here's the thing. Even though he may just be a painter out of his garage and, you know, doing the business out of his garage, he may be extremely good at what he does, and people don't really need to know that, because he needs to be able to present himself through his website that he's a top tier company, right? That's how you can build that perception. So take a look at Google, take a look at YP.com. There's also like Home Advisor, all these different places, but those are the top two that I highly recommend to come in here, look for websites that are underdeveloped, that are old, 5-10 years, a few years, and just look really bad, right? Because again, when we go over here and we go to like, let's say Theme Forest, okay? And we type in painting, I mean, it's not even a competition here, really. It's not even a competition, because you look at some of these themes here. We look at this one right here, right? And you send this one to your prospect that has this website here, right? You contact them. I mean, you can contact him right here. What's the contact information? He has his email right there. You can even call him, right? And say, hey, you know, I was just on your website and noticed that your website was built on XYZ. Hey, you know, we actually specialize in web design, website design. You know, this is the kind of site that we can build for you. Here's an example, and you can send them this link, right? I'm just kind of giving you some ideas, but highly recommend you utilize the resources I'm recommending here. And that's going to be it for this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to talk about the pricing and packaging for your website design business. So whenever it comes to the pricing element of your websites that you're developing for your clients, it's important to understand whether you're doing a custom built website or a template website where you're just using like a theme and doing some minor customizations. But in this next slide here, I'm going to show you two different sites, and one of them is a custom built site, and then one of them is a simple free template that you can get right at no cost and easily customize. So let's go right ahead and jump into this. Now, one of these here, as I mentioned, is a custom built site that is between $5,000 and $10,000, and then the other is that free template from Wix. And so you're going to see just how much of a difference both of these websites are, and really that in reality there really isn't much of a difference between these two. A lot of it has to do with perception, and because perception is reality, right? If a website looks like it costs thousands of dollars, right, then people are going to think that you spent thousands of dollars, but it could have cost you, you know, $50 for the theme, $150 for maybe a developer to do some minor customizations, and then you could sell it to your client for $1,500, $2,000. Or, you know, another website which is custom built that may cost $5,000, right? It may take you, you know, months to be able to finish the project because you have all these different phases. You have the client's request. There's all this back and forth. So that's why I recommend just working with templates. However, I'm going to show you here both of these sites, and then you're going to be able to see, okay, which one of these is the actual $5,000 one and which one is the template. Okay, so this particular website here, getaway.house, this is the custom built $5,000 website, okay? And this is anywhere between 5 to 10K. I don't know exactly how much this is, but I know it's between 5K and 10K, okay? And when you look at this site, I mean, there isn't anything spectacular, amazing, or just kind of like out of the box, right? It's a simple template. Somebody could have created this template here and literally, done some minor modifications and then, charge this client, 5 to 10K. And you can do that, right? But the thing is, I would be upfront with your client and tell them, hey, you know what? This is a template. This is a theme here that we're customizing, but some other people out there may have a similar website. That's one of the things with the custom built websites is that you can tell your clients, hey, listen, nobody's going to have your website. This is completely unique. There's going to be others out there that are similar, but nothing as far as them having your type of theme or template. And so let me show you now the difference here with a free template through Wix. Okay, so here's the Wix website. You can see this is a free template here, and it's super simple. This has a movie back here, right? A video, and then it has a shop now button there. You have your social right here. You have a really cool section here for the products. You have different images here, a nice background there. You have the about us, our story, contact us. So this website here, you can easily sell $1,000, $2,000, right? And it'll cost you maybe $200 to build up. But since this is like through Wix, it'll even cost you less because it's simply drag and drop, right? And you can hire somebody off of like Upwork or any of these other websites that I'm going to provide you with, where you can go and find outsourcers, right, to build you these websites for super inexpensive. So that's really the difference here. Remember, is that when you're doing something custom and you're doing something that has like a template or a theme, the biggest difference is your client and their perception, right? Because they can easily think that this website here costs, thousands of dollars, and when in reality, it's just a simple template, right? Versus this website over here, I mean, they could simply think, oh, hey, somebody just got a template, got a theme, right? And just did some minor customizations and was able to sell this for thousands of dollars, right? So at the end of the day, you want to be upfront with your client. You want to let them know that you're going to be using a template and that you're going to customize it for them. And if they want something that is completely new, built from scratch, that is going to be, several thousands, right? 5 to 10K. And I'm going to walk you through kind of how you should price a custom made website versus a website theme template that you're going to be using to just simply add a couple modifications and add some of your client's information to be able to sell them a ready done for you site. So when it comes to pricing and packaging, this is typically what I recommend that you do when you're either doing a template website or you're doing a custom website. And I have done both of these, and like I mentioned, I highly recommend that you do just the actual templates in the very beginning. If you're a little bit more experienced, you can do the custom built websites, but again, they're going to cost more. It's going to take longer to close, and it's going to take longer to fulfill, and then hence, right, longer for you to get paid. I'd rather get paid up front than have to wait for the project to be complete and wait on the client to make sure that they're providing me the right information. So up here we can see an example of a client, let's say, pays you anywhere between $500 to $2,500. This is a typical range. It could be higher typically, or it could be lower. I remember when I first started doing website design, just to kind of get my first few clients, I was charging $300. So when you're just starting out, don't feel the need to, charge high amounts if you're not comfortable. I would try to do a minimum of $500. Anything less than that really doesn't make the most sense. So I would just say kind of, stay within that budget and you should do fine. And then after that, once you collect the payments, right? Now, after you deliver the website, and if they want any additional customizations, let's say that you are charging $40 an hour, right? Hey, listen, your website is complete. Now, if you want to do any modifications, any other adjustments, it's going to be $40 an hour for me to handle these. And I wouldn't charge less than 1 hour for whatever customization, even if it takes you 10 minutes, 5 minutes, because you're getting paid for your time, to actually implement and execute. And they're actually paying for a result. So it may take you, right, 10, 15 minutes. You're not going to charge them for 10, 15 minutes. You're going to charge them an hour minimum because that's what makes the most sense. You could also charge a monthly hosting and maintenance fee. I typically do not charge that. I've never charged that because, charging a monthly fee for like hosting, I think it's a little bit overboard because hosting is like $5 a month. It's just super inexpensive. And so the pricing and packaging for complete website from scratch, this is where you're typically doing 50% upfront and then 50% at the completion. And this is typically how the pricing breaks down. You have a setup fee, you have a design and building fee, which is pretty much the entirety of your actual website design and build, because that's where all your time, energy, and resources is going to be going. If not you're obviously hiring somebody to handle this for you, as far as a developer and a designer. And then you have the content creation, the training that you need to create to provide to your clients so they know how to do the edits, the customizations, and modifications on their own, and then the maintenance. So typically this is about $4,100, $4,150. If you want to go, just an even $5,000, you can do that. But this is broken down because I know with custom websites, they're typically broken down in these types of phases or steps. But this is typically how you want to price your web design services. Okay, and so that's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, I'm going to share with you a couple project management tools that you can use for yourself so that you can properly keep track of your projects. And so let's go right ahead and jump into this here. So this is the first one here, Asana. Now this is free to sign up, but there are some limitations. For example, if you want to add your client to a project, I believe there is a upgrade you need to do, but it's good for your own self. If you want to keep track of your projects, you want to keep track of your tasks, they integrate very nicely with your Google Calendar and your calendar, whatever it is that you're using. So this is a very simple and easy platform here as far as for project management. So you can see here, super easy to work with. I highly recommend that you play around with this. They have the Kanban type of layout and also the list. And so highly recommend you check this out here. It is free, but if you do want to add the ability to give your clients access to a project that you're working on and have them, communicate with you through their project there, it is going to be an upgrade. The other one here that is completely free, and you can actually add in your client to navigate and communicate within the project group here, is the Freedcamp. This is a very nice type of platform because it's free and also the layout is very nice. So you can see here, there's a task list that you can use. There's a Kanban board in here. There's subtasks, right? And you can have your client in here asking questions. You can let them know, hey, we're on phase 3 of the project, or hey, your project is set to come through and be completed on X date. So highly recommend that you utilize one of these. If I'm recommending one to you that is going to be the best if you're just starting out, you don't really have very much money to invest, use Freedcamp because they have a lot of different features here that are free, and you don't need to actually pay for it unless you want to upgrade and get more features, but those features are not really necessary for you to get started. So I just wanted to create this quick video here to walk you through a couple project management system tools here. And once again, if you're just starting out, don't have any real money to invest, I highly recommend using Freedcamp here. So that's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to talk about delivering the website. So you're completely done. You've designed the websites. Your client is happy with how it looks, how it feels, right? The user experience. it's essentially ready to go, right? It's ready to go as far as your client being able to take delivery, okay? So how are we going to deliver the website so that they get all the information that is required? They know exactly how to utilize the website, and if they need to make any, adjustments, modifications on their own, and that they have that proper information, and then that they also have the right information that if they want you to do any upgrades or modifications after they've taken delivery, that it's going to cost them a certain amount. So let's go ahead and jump into this here. So when you're delivering the website and everything has been complete, you want to send an email to your clients with the website login portal URL. So if you're doing like a website through WordPress, you want to send the WordPress login information that has typically their domain URL. So it could be website.com / and it's WP /admin. That's typically going to be the URL for WordPress. You want to send them that login URL. Then you want to send them the username and password that was created once the WordPress was installed. And then you want to send them a video, okay, of the website. You want to create this through like a video recording software, and you can use Loom. Loom is for free. You can get that, it's a Chrome browser add-on, and you can record your screen. So I would walk them through like the website, like, hey, if you want to add this, you want to add an image, you want to add, change here, change this. This is what you're going to need to do, and this is where you're going to need to do it at, right? So they have the instructions of how to do the website updates, modifications on their own. But then also you want to say, hey, listen, I'm available to also make the changes and modifications for you. However, it's going to be a 1 hour minimum, and my charge is going to be X, let's say $40 an hour. So then you're not just continuing to have to update the website, because it may be, hey, I want this change, I want that change. So every time they're coming to you to want to do a modification or an update, right, it's something major, because it's not just like, hey, I want you to change this font, right, because that's not worth your time. So you're doing this so that you're, being fair with your clients, and you're letting them know, hey, you know what, here's this information for you to be able to do the updates and modifications on your own. But if you want to hire me, this is what is going to be required. So that's it for this video here. I just wanted to give you kind of a quick rundown of what you need to do once you're done with the website and how you want to proceed to deliver it. And then if they want any other changes done after the fact, hey, this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to work out. Okay. So that's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.